Ndugu viongozi waheshimiwa, viongozi wa dini na Wakenya wengine wote, assalamu alaikum. Kwanza mimi nataka nimshukuru Mungu ametupatia nafasi hii ya jioni, na niwashukuru viongozi waliotualika wakiongozwa na gavana wetu wa Mandera, Mheshimiwa Khalif, na sisi zote tuliopata nafasi ya jioni ya leo kuungana na jamii ya watu wa Mandera katika shughuli hii ya muhimu sana. Nasema asanteni sana kwa kunialika. Ni nafasi ingine tena ya kupata baraka kutoka kwa Mungu. Always when there is an opportunity to serve God, it is always for me an investment. It is an opportunity to worship God. And I stand here before you today as President of Kenya, and I want to tell you, I am a product of giving. And Biblia inatufundisha ya kwamba mkopeshe Mungu. God is not a man that he can default. Ukimkopesha Mungu, Mungu atakulipa, na tena hata kulipa, atakulipa maradufu. And therefore, I want to tell you as people who believe in God. And I remember on an occasion like this, before the last election, niliwaambia tumuogope Mungu, tusiogope binadamu. Kwa sababu wakati huo kulikuwa na wasiwasi mkubwa sana. Najua vile, you know what I'm talking about. And now you are here as witnesses ya kwamba tumuheshimu, tumuabudu na tumuogope Mungu. Mimi nimefika hapa leo when I had discussion with my brother Khalif. In fact, I said yes even before looking at my diary, because maneno ya Mungu, there should not be a debate on matters to do with God. And there should not be a debate, first, because we are all believers. And number two, the Constitution of Kenya, the first words of the Constitution of Kenya says God of all creation. And we can debate about many things. We can debate about many viewpoints. But when it comes to matters of God, there should be no debate. We must all close ranks and stand on the same side. And I want to tell you, you can never go wrong with God. And I am a living testimony of such. My office and all the other people had scheduled that I leave yesterday because there are meetings in New York tomorrow. But I had two very important events. I had an event today in Machakos, as almost a similar event, because it was both an educational event and a religious event in Machakos. Here also, we have an educational event but also a religious event. And I told my office and the people concerned with my diary that New York can wait. Because this is important. It is important because matters faith and matters education are important to me and to the Republic of Kenya. And I will tell you what I told the Christian congregation. I reminded the Christian congregation today in Machakos. Sijui kama kwa Quran iko Zaburi. Iko Zaburi, sio? Sasa kwa Zaburi, kwa Biblia 133 mstari wa kwanza nasema, how good and how pleasant it is when brethren live together in unity. Watu wakiungana, wakiwa wamoja. Na mstari wa 3 inasema, pahali watu wameungana kwa umoja, Mungu anaamurisha baraka. When people are united. So, this unity of purpose that I see here, the fact that we've all come together for a common purpose, I am sure the assignment we have here, we are going to do it, and we are going to complete it. Having said that, let me say just 2 things, because I will be traveling later this evening. But let me just say 2 things. I have looked at the PQ of the drawing, and I must commend both the architect and the QS. You know, somebody said earlier that we are in the era of affordable housing. And I have almost become an architect because I've had to argue with many people on numbers and why we must make it affordable and why we must reduce the price and we must make it affordable. So I can confirm that the numbers on this building are actually equivalent. In fact, they are cheaper than affordable housing. On average, we build affordable housing at 39,000 shillings per square foot. Per square meter, sorry. Per square meter. I can see here, it is 35 shillings. 35,000. You know, 35,000. So, I want to ask Mheshimiwa Khalif, I want to know the architect and the QS. Those people, I can easily find them an opportunity to work with me in affordable housing. Oh, huyo ndio mtu? Basi mutanipatia namba yake. These numbers demonstrate integrity. They mean that you understand value for money. And I must congratulate you that you are careful about how we spend resources that are made available to us, either by public or by a religious function like this, or in that matter. So I want to say pongezi. Let me also say that matters education are important to all of us because ignorance and lack of knowledge limits the potential of people and countries. So the more education is made available to citizens, the better we become as a nation. And it is the reason why we have invested a lot of resources in matters education. We have hired more teachers, we've put more resources, we've built more classrooms, we have straightened CBC, because knowledge is important. And I am very happy that even we are thinking about madrasa and how to make them sustainable. This event of making the teaching of religious teachings sustainable goes a long way. Along the same lines, we are consolidating the place of education in our country, because it is the single most important empowerment that we can give to this generation and to the generations that come after us, education. And so I want to say congratulations to the people who are putting this together. Empowering communities, empowering citizens through education is one of the best and the single most important means of creating prosperous nations. Finally, as we develop our nation, I want to encourage us that we must be prudent in the management of the resources that come our way, whether they are private, whether they are religious, whether they are public. We must all be prudent. We must manage these resources with integrity. And I want to associate myself with the person who said the prayers here with us. The reason why we have done three most important things is so that as a nation, we are prudent about the management of the resources. And that's why I was very keen when I saw the big queue of this building. It told me there are people here who are concerned about how we use the resources that will be made available. And we must do the same. In our midst here are leaders. And as leaders, by virtue of the positions we occupy, we are called upon to exercise integrity, to mind about value for money, and to make sure that whatever resources come our way must be used in a manner that we get the best value out of it. And that is why we have done three things together. Number one, the reason why we digitized our services, and we are now saying we want a cashless system. We want to pay using a system that is predictable. The reason why we have digitized government services, we have digitized government payments, we are digitizing SHA, we are digitizing all the things we are doing, is number one, so that we can improve on integrity. Number two, the reason why we agreed that we must have a conflict of interest bill and law now that makes sure that those of us who have the privilege to serve in offices that exercise authority and power must be held to account so that we don't abuse the positions we have or the power we have or the authority that we have. And finally, it is the reason why we want government procurement to be in a transparent place where we can be sure that we are getting value for any purchase or any procurement of government services. I had an occasion to exchange ideas with the government of Indonesia. And they were very clear that through e-procurement, they saved up to 40% of money spent by procuring in a transparent manner. I want to encourage us as leaders, all of us, to work together. I know e-procurement for now may not be, we still have challenges with it. We will correct the challenges. But the ultimate goal is to make sure that citizens of Kenya get value for the resources that they make available to us in the national government, in the county government, and in every other procuring entity. That way, we can be sure that we can move this country to the next level. Let me also use this occasion to assure you that on matters equity, on matters making sure that we do not have unfairness, we do not have prejudice, we do not have others thinking that there are greater and lesser Kenyans, that going forward, as I said when I was in Wajir, we are citizens of one nation with equal rights as citizens of Kenya. And it is my responsibility as the leader of this nation, by God's grace now, to make sure that no part of Kenya, no community in Kenya, no religion in Kenya is lesser or greater than the other. We must be even. It is the only way we can move this country together. Because if we harness the collective effort, energy, talent of all of us, we can move this country to the next level. And I am persuaded, beyond any doubt, that we can make this country greater than what it is. Listen, good people. Look at what we have achieved in 3 short years. We have stabilized our economy. We have stabilized our education system, hired teachers, stabilized our higher education. We have rolled out a most profound universal health coverage that has been a challenge for many years. We have rolled out our housing program that has been in our books for many years. We have transformed our agriculture in a very short time. Today, tea farmers are earning more, coffee farmers are earning more, sugarcane farmers are earning more, milk farmers are earning more in a very short while. And that is why I am sure, and I believe, and I am confident about the future of our nation. You know? And let me tell you, the future of our nation and the future of what I see as Kenya is in irrigation, is in building additional infrastructure, is in leveraging more energy, is in transforming more of our infrastructure. And I want to tell you, Northern Kenya is going to play a very central role going forward. So our investment in Northern Kenya is not in vain. It is strategic. It is because that's where the future of Kenya is. That's where we have more land. That is where we have more potential for irrigation. That is where we have more potential to generate energy. That is where we have more potential in our livestock development. And I want to assure you that in the next few months, we will be thinking of how to get our country into a position where we borrow less, but use the assets we have, leverage on them. The same way, look, housing, we have not borrowed 1 shilling. We are using our own resources. We are building 170,000 housing units, 400 markets, hostels for 177,000 students. We have signed contracts for 600 billion. Not a single shilling borrowed from anywhere, our own money. Aden Duale here, in that ecosystem of health, we are raising, using our own resources, contributions close to 80, 90 billion. We have equipment supplied to the to the health program from different suppliers over total cost of 220 billion. So in that affordable universal health coverage ecosystem, we have money investment of close to 300 billion, not a single shilling borrowed from anybody. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are building a huge stadium here called Talanta, and another 25 stadia, including the stadium in Mandera, the stadium in Wajir, and a stadium in Garissa. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Yeah? We have not gone to IMF, we have not gone to anywhere. We are just through innovation, our own resources. We have been struggling to build a conference facility. Tumekuwa tukiongea hapa, Rwanda wamejenga conference facility. Sijui nani amejenga conference facility. If you leave this meeting now and go to Bomas, you will find the people working. We are building the largest, larger than what you have in this region. We are building the largest conference facility. And we have not gone to the World Bank or any of those places to get the money to build it. Kutumia tu akili. Nyinyi mnanielewa? So I have confidence that we can transform this nation. Kenya is playing in the wrong league. We shouldn't be in the third world. Kenya should join the countries like Korea, like Singapore, like South Korea in the first world. And we can do it in our lifetime. Shida tumekuwa nae ni small vision. We are making peace with mediocrity and the average. Mnanielewa? You know? Tunakaa tu hapo. Shida tunazunguka na ukabila kidogo. You know, watu wanazunguka hapo. You know, watu wanaongea ukabila ni watu wajinga. You know? Let's have a bigger vision for our country. And good people, we are going to change this country. And I want, by God's grace, Mungu atusaidie inshallah, hii nchi yetu tuibadilishe. We will have another conversation. This evening is not for that conversation, but we will have that conversation as the people of Kenya. And I am very confident about the future of this nation. And that is why I push the limits. You know, people call me names. I am not bothered about calling me names. Oh, sijui nini, Sakayo, Kalonzo, sijui ingine naitwa nini, Kasongo, sijui nini. I'm not bothered. shortly you will see, hata kama uko unataka kukataa namna gani, you will see the transformation happening in our country. And that is what is important to us. Tunaelewana marafiki zangu? So, and I'm very proud that we are going to do this together. We are going to do this together. And that is why unity is very important. It is the reason why we have a broad-based government today, so that we can harness the energy, the talent, the expertise, the knowledge of as wider a Kenyan society as is possible, so that we can move this country together. So, thank you very much for listening to me. And I just want to assure you of my friendship, my partnership, and working together with you, and we will succeed together. So, asante sana. I don't know how we take this forward.